Hey gods and goddesses, your life will never be the same again. I cannot stress that enough. March is going to be a life-changing month. So many transformations. We are experiencing a rare planetary conjunction. And my favorite planet, my father, Saturn, but also with Mercury, Rahu, Venus, and Neptune. These are major planets. This is like a grand conjunction. And what can we expect? Well, we can expect many different things for our sign. So I'm going to go over each sign. Make sure you watch me your rising sign because that is the most accurate, okay? And this is going to be happening on the 30th and the 29th. Well, it's actually happening right now. We have a lot of planets in Pisces right now, and they are conjuncting in the month of March. But at the end of March, we're going to be having planets shifting such as Neptune, and that's going to be in Pisces. But on that day, on the 30th, Mercury is conjuncting Neptune. Mercury conjunct Neptune with Venus present. Venus is kind of getting smushed in between all the other planets because Venus is, the planet of love and the planet of beauty, but, the planet of accumulating things as well. We have Saturn on top of there and Mercury as well. And Neptune, because Neptune is at a very critical degree. When Neptune conjuncts Mercury on the 30th, this is a message from the gods. You are being talked to by God on this day. This is a really powerful time, and I cannot stress it enough how important it is to use this own energy to understand the things that you want to have into your life, but most importantly, to understand how your soul is developing through these eclipses. You will never be the same again after the month of March. Oh, who's excited? I am. So let's talk about how Saturn is going to be sextiling Uranus and Taurus. Saturn as well as the North Node. So this is going to be a harmonious aspect. So we know that Uranus is the planet of spontaneity, things just happening all of a sudden. You can expect great things to happen on this day, but I will say that this is an extreme urge of the soul to do something. This can be an electrical charge of some sort to do something within the mind as well, or even within the time that you spend in reflection, anytime that you spend in nature, anytime that you're spending reflecting on your self-worth. On this day, you can get an electrical charge or some type of idea that really gets you to change your mind and adjust it into some type of way. We are going to be experiencing this all around, like worldwide. Let me actually talk about who will be experiencing this the most. These are going to be happening at the later degrees of these planets, anywhere between 20 to 29 degrees. You will be experiencing this, but water signs as well as mutable signs as well. Water and mutable signs around, if you are 24 degree, this is exactly happening for you at your 24 degree. And so check on your own chart, check your natal chart and see what natal positions that these aspects or planets will be transiting through. And so again, when we're talking about the month of March, there's so many things happening. There's so many stories being played out, but worldwide, humanity is changing. The idea that humanity holds will change. When it is approaching healing and self-worth, these things become more prominent as these planets are shifting, and they get more into our awareness at the end of March when it's time to birth new things into the future, right? We're talking about Neptune switching into the sign of Aries, right? But Neptune is going to be staying in this sign for the next 14 to 20 years. This is a long time. However, Aries is a sign of birthing something new. It's about taking charge and initiation. And so we're talking about these planets conjuncting in Pisces. However, they will be switching over to Aries, in these next couple of years. And we know that Aries is the initiator. Pisces is really getting us to experience this conjunction. I really want us to get more and deep and more immersed into embodying the essence of our own divinity. This is going to help you so much when all of these things are shifting and things become very confusing, especially when we're having Neptune shifting and we're talking about the sign of Pisces. Things become very confusing and illusionary if you're not really staying grounded into this reality in your experience. This conjunction brings so much imagination, so much thought processing because on that day or the day before, we're going to have a solar eclipse in Aries. And so this is definitely just sparking something new. And during this March madness, as I like to say, really going into April as well, because we're having planets in retrograde as well. And that's what makes this, this conjunction very grand, because we have planets trying to reiterate, our lives in some type of way. But there also are things going on celestial that we must adjust to, that our soul is here to kind of adjust to, to grow from and to ascend from. And so when we're talking about the sign of Pisces, we can expect a lot of rain, we can expect a lot of water, maybe wreaking some havoc on the water in some type of way, the seas and the skies, we've already experienced, because Jupiter is ruling over Pisces as well, some, events where we have planes and things of that nature. Pisces is ruling over travel, foreign places, the hidden, things are being brought to the light that was in the shadows, you know what I'm saying? And so this is a really powerful time. Weather changes. We can expect personal growth, personal relationships to change. We're talking about Venus. People are not loving you past themselves anymore. People are not starting to adjust and attune back to what love means to them. Love truly means to love thyself first, so that I can offer another person a hand. Truly, it's like, put on your own face mask, Pisces. Pisces, or wherever the sign, put on your own face mask until you can help someone else. This is a sign where this is the time, but we're talking about the sign because Pisces is the last sign. This is a sign of mediumship. This is a sign of truly like you talking to the God and the goddess that exists within you. This is awakening that part of you that needs to experience better health regimens, right? This is awakening the day-to-day tasks. What are you doing on the day-to-day? What is hidden to you? What are you hiding from yourself? What is it that you can't see? Well, going into March and April, you will definitely be able to see what you can't see. So be ready to just self-surrender. This is a time really in March where you have to self-surrender, but you're surrendering to the highest version of yourself. You're surrendering to the greatest version of yourself in order to be pushed forward to the greatest version of yourself. Because Pisces is a sign of being selfless, right? And also, I like to say that Pisces and Cancer are the sign of the mother. They're the sign that truly knows how to love, right? And they truly know how to do things from an unconditional place. With being selfless, it's such a beautiful essence, truly, that these signs carry, especially Pisces, is, a beautiful God. And so when we're speaking about the sign of Pisces and things of that nature, this is a time to understand that you cannot fully see yourself if you're constantly giving and giving and giving. And Pisces is a sign of the giver, but it's not that sign where it can truly acknowledge that masculine force within them, or that one that wants to take control, or that one that wants to say no and put up boundaries. But I feel like in the end of March, that side of you, which is the father part of you, which is, Saturn awakening up in the Pisces, it's like, no more. You're loving, yes, but you're not a punching bag, and you're not a bag at all. You are a being, and you are here to experience and expand on your consciousness as well, not just help other people do it. And so this is a really trying time for, it's a really trying time for those who are unwilling to face their own shadows and unwilling to surrender to their own selves. These are really beautiful times, and I will encourage you to watch the other videos. We have Venus and Neptune changing, and Saturn as well. Well, not Saturn as well. Saturn in the later part of the year, but Saturn is teaching this lesson. He's not going to let up until we truly understand what it means to have the essence of Pisces. Pisces, we are getting out. We're going into the age of Aquarius, right? We're going into the age of Aquarius. We just came out of the age of Pisces. You have to understand what the age of Pisces is actually mean. Your imagination can birth so many different things. It is all up to you. Your imagination has so much control over everything. Your emotions have so much control, but you have to put action behind. And this is where Pisces gets like very discombobulated, because it has these two sides, but really it's a mother, the ones that wants to care and love people unconditionally. And this is something that we need and we love. This is why we love the Pisces, energy. But the masculine side of it is what Saturn is trying to teach, is that you must say no. You must have boundaries. You must not keep letting other people push your boundaries and smile in their face as they're doing it and they're just blatantly disrespecting you. Saturn is like, here's the irritation. It's going to get irritated for you, and it's going to get you to change it. And so, yeah. Yeah, I just think like the main factor is the healing of us, the healing of our consciousness, the healing of our mentality. This is a mental plane, right? And we are existing here mentally, and our consciousness is forever evolving, but there are some type of viruses on this plane that gets our mind in fluctuations and it gets us off track. You know, we do have a thing called free will, but now it's like, hey, the universe is not playing. Get back into order now. You knew you had a soul mission when you came here. You knew you did. So it's time for you to get back into what it is. You know what it is. And during this time, you will get messages and insight to what it is. Listen to your intuition. I say that in the nicest way possible. We haven't seen a Saturn-Rahu conjunction in Pisces since 1968. I haven't been alive for that long, but my mom was here, right? My mom was here, and that definitely sparked a change in the 60s. This was a change in humanity, its direction, its likes, its wants, its needs. You know, I like to think that we live on Earth realm, which is a living organism, right? And we are a living organism as well. We should be taking care of it and moving with it and uplifting it. But we did come here for a reason, and our reason will be better revealed to us throughout our life. And March is like that turn and twist that you'll never forget, and you're like, wow, March 30th, 2025, that really changed the direction of me and the direction of humanity. And the world is changing and times are changing, and you must adjust and grow with it. And honestly, you must adjust and back to your soul's mission, to your soul's, alignment, because we have our nodes in Pisces and Virgo. These are health-based signs. We know that Virgo is a sign. Whatever you put in your vessel can be birthed outwards. If you choose to put health and greatness into your vessel, that can be projected out into your imagination and make up a world for yourself. And that's what this world is supposed to be. You know, this is a creative realm and things of that nature. And with this planetary conjunction, we will be reminded of that. Like, hey, let's better hold hands and join together and now see that we all are one. We all living on one organization, and we really are all one. And we will never forget March. And I just want to keep saying that, like, we will never forget March, because these are the times that are extremely like there's nothing, you can't deny the changes that await you, and you can't deny that something has to change. And so let's get started with all the signs. I'm going to start with Aries, and make sure you check for your rising sign, then your moon sign, and then your sun. So actually check for your sun first, and then the moon. And then we have the sun going to be in Aries as well. Oh, wow. Times are changing. Let's get started. Hey Aries! Aries, this planetary conjunction is going to make significant changes to your life. This conjunction is happening within your 12th house, but your planetary ruler Mars is currently in your 4th house, and it's in its fall when it's in Cancer. So there are going to be some disruptions in your communication. We have Mars going in, well, not Mars, we have Mercury going into retrograde this month, and we're also going to have Venus in a retrograde. So it's going to bring disruptions to your relationships. I need you to exercise patience this month, using Saturn to have patience, spending time alone if need be, setting boundaries, but most importantly, Aries, it's so important to have a lot of compassion for yourself, self compassion. You are changing a lot, and search situations, they may come to an uprise, but only to test your will. It's testing your will, it's testing your patience, it's testing your empathy, it's testing your sympathy that you have for yourself, the compassion that you hold for yourself. It's so important to be cautious when it comes to decision making. There's so much focus in your 12th house that you want to avoid making mistakes. Mars is your ruler, Mars is in Cancer. If you're doing anything, if you want to make any type of decision, I would suggest that you do something creative first, using your intuition in those types of natures, but being creative in the way that you're expressing to the next person and the way that you're delivering. You can have a lot of disruptions, or not even disruptions, but changes that come to your career front and that comes to your direction in life. If you have a business, there can be some challenges that come to that as well, but getting you to change in some type of way, to upgrade in some type of way. Saturn is going to be going into your sign, Neptune is going into your sign. March is calling for you to upgrade and upgrade really fast, Aries. So I'm sorry about that, but it will help you navigate a lot of situations, with more empathy and compassion, but most importantly, to yourself, because this month is about other people and it's about things that are going on to the outside world, but it is about yourself because Venus is going to be in your sign, and it's about what you can do, what you can use your will and power to attract in your life. March is very, very complex. Go and watch the other videos. I'm gonna link them in my description box. There's a lot going on for you, Aries. That's all I have for you, Aries. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Aries. Hey Taurus, Taurus, you're going to be experiencing this planetary conjunction in your natal 11th house, but it's going to be going from your 12th to your 11th house. But this conjunction is going to be more focused on your 12th and 11th house. You, other people, and your friendships and groups in your personal development, Taurus. Uranus is currently in your sign, okay? It's causing a lot of rapid change, but how do I say, a lot of rapid connection when it comes to thinking with inside of your brain, like electrical impulses that get you to do something, right, Taurus? And so this conjunction can bring a lot of financial renewal. The second house is going to be ruled by Gemini. Jupiter is in Gemini right now. There's so many stories that play out in March. I'm gonna link the description. I'm gonna link in the links in the description box. That way you can get a clear view of what is going on in the month of March for you, Taurus. But March is going to ask for you to practice a lot of self-care and a lot of self-worth. And I know I've been saying that a lot. That is because what's coming for you, Taurus, will have to, like, will require you to feel confident within yourself. Otherwise, how are you going to feel as though you deserve it? When it comes to you, it's almost gonna be as though you don't feel like you're worth it, Taurus. You are. You must focus on yourself in the month of March, okay? There could be unexpected challenges and changes, but this is going to spark a lot of spiritual growth within you, a lot of growth with other people, seeing like, do you really want to be around like-minded people? Well, are you around like-minded people? Are the people that you're around really up to par? you know Even some stress may occur as well. Saturn brings a lot of stress as well, anxiety, and it conjuncting Mercury, this does bring a lot of stress to the mind, and to the capability of getting things done, because it's ruling over your second house. Mercury is ruling over your second house. Mercury is going to go into retrograde Taurus. You have to be really careful about the things you say about yourself and your self-worth. You are going through a very transformative phase, and you have to prioritize your well-being, because you're ruling over the second house naturally, Taurus. What you put inside of your vessel will become you, and you have to be really, really careful to understand that this month, no just binging. Have a little bit more discipline, and think more about how you are resilient, Taurus, right? And how you can empathize with those feelings to just withdraw. When you are not prioritizing your health, you have to see when you're not prioritizing your health, how it kind of disrupts everything else into your life. And know this too, Taurus, this is very temporary. This is a very, temporary phase, but it is a test, from the universe, getting you to have more self-confidence, because the things that await you, Taurus, are very grand. But if you don't feel like you deserve them, they'll never come. And Saturn really gets you to understand that, because Saturn is in your 11th house, getting you to understand your goals and your wishes are possible, and they can be made real when you partner up with people that have and hold the same vision as you, Taurus. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Taurus. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you haven't gone to watch the other videos, I'm going to put them in a link down below, and it's going to give you a clearer picture, Taurus. And so, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Taurus. Hey, Gemini. So, Gemini, this conjunction is going to be happening in your natal 10th house. And I'm honestly excited for you, Taurus. Not Taurus, Gemini. I'm honestly excited for you, because even though there are going to be some challenges, as far as your career, as far as your relationships, even some transformations happening for you, Gemini, I do think that these changes are so crucial, but they're so necessary. Like, these are going to really propel you in the right direction, in your right life path. Some relationships may undergo transformations, but this could be work relationships, because this is a 10th house. You must use your communication, and you must use your own will and own strength and own power to adapt to the challenges and remain focused onto what your life path is unfolding for you. Anytime that Pisces is spoken of, Pisces is naturally ruling over your 10th, which is, oh my God, so fantastic, Gemini. But whenever this is happening, and we have the nodes in Pisces, you must have more faith within your vision and yourself and what the universe is guiding you towards. You have to remain very open and adaptable, especially when it comes to your communication, because um, Mercury is going to be in retrograde, and Mercury is your ruler. So there will be challenges, spontaneously. Just, maybe someone didn't hear the things that you needed to say in the right way. Excuse me, because it's the 10th house, this is a very public house. Your long term goals and aspirations could be like up for review, but they can also, you cannot be, because there's so many opportunities, you cannot be taking the right ones, if that makes sense, or that they can be offering you things that are not quite right. Gemini, be very careful on the things that you sign during this time as well. Like, any type of, anyone promising you something during this time, use your discernment. You know what I'm saying? Use your analytical skills and really get to the bottom of it. But most importantly, trust your intuition, Gemini, because there's so many, like, your long-term goals and aspirations are very prominent this month. Like, you see, like, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve this, but there may be some push and pull, and there may feel as though there's limitations because of the communication style. Gemini, there's no limitations. These are all tests to get you to see, or to get you to understand, like, have more faith within your life path, and have more faith in your capability to make these things happen, and navigate these challenges and navigate these changes, because they are challenges, but they're also changes, You're undergoing changes. So navigating these changes with a bit more um empathy, with a bit more self-compassion for yourself and the things that are asked from you from the public, right? Because the 10th house is a very public house, and this is your life direction. So what is demanded from you? Like, what do people see you, or what do people want to see you for, right? And so it's all about, aligning your long-term goals to what is actually inspiring you to be better, or to move in a different direction, Gemini. So yeah, Gemini, I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. If you found this video useful and helpful in any way, please try to send it to someone else. They may find it useful or helpful in some way as well. I'll see you guys. Bye, Gemini. Cancer. So Cancer, your intuition, please. You must use your intuition this month. You must tap into your mothering abilities and really tap into that womb essence of you, because that is so much needed this month, Cancer. So, Cancer, you're experiencing this planetary conjunction in your natal ninth house. And here's where the ninth house is our dharma. It is where we are using our higher mind or higher intellect to understand our life's journeys, It is the house of, like, being the scholar, the guru. And there are so many valuable insights in your intuition or in the house of God or even in the enlightenment, because this is a house of enlightenment. And when Mercury is going to conjunct Neptune on the 29th or the 30th, depending on when you are in the world, this is a message directly from the gods. Cancer, you must listen upon these 2 days, 3 days before, 3 days after. I need you to meditate. There could be some disruptions when it comes to your personal pursuits or your scholar pursuits, like when it comes to like education and things of that nature, even your professional pursuits, because there can be oversensitivity. We know that Pisces is a very sensitive sign, and when it's trying to understand something, especially of a higher intellect, it really gets immersed into these. So you can feel this is very deeply Cancer. And because you are, already a very intuitive sign, you are a water sign, you are ruled by the mother. You understand how the emotions and the feminine play a part in like your intuitive energy. And so it's really strong this month, sending like this electrical charge, but it's emotional, and it's really important that you harness this in energy, and you use it in ways that are constructive, in the ways that I would say are being creative, or studying subjects that hit home to your heart, that you have emotional um, connection to, Cancer. Okay, and so these times can have well, not these times, the more that you learn, the more that you grow. This is a mental plane. The more that you learn, the more that you can experience here. And I think that your career can advance, through your studies, because you're learning what actually matters to you, right? Aries is ruling over your 10th house, and you're going to have Venus retrograde in there and Mercury retrograde, getting you to rearrange your career. And this can cause for some, promotion, some recognition in some type of way. Balancing out your emotions is going to be really important with your logical mind. This month too. I would say just use your intuition, Cancer. That's the best thing that you can do. And logically, when it comes to learning, when it comes to education, use logical thinking, when it comes to that as well. That is how you can make like important decisions, or well-informed decisions, or decisions that can advance your career, can advance your learning and your teachings in some type of way. That's how you use your logical thinking. But your emotions must be balanced out this month, Cancer. And I have no doubt that you can do this. You can find some type of harmony when it comes to your personal and professional life. Whatever is pulling on you, is asking you to ascend and have some type of enlightenment, Cancer. So you will have enlightenment this month. And that's all that I have for you, Cancer. If you haven't gone to watch the other videos on Venus going into retrograde and Neptune moving signs this month, well, not this month, well, actually, yes, in March, the end of March, definitely go watch that out. I'm going to put the links in the description box below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Cancer. If you found this video useful, helpful in any way, please try to send it to someone else. They may find it useful or helpful as well. I'll see you guys. Bye, Cancer. Hey, Leo, you have this planetary conjunction happening in your natal 8th house. And your natal 8th house is about your psychological ideas, or I would say dramas, developments. We can even see some scientific developments. But Leo, this is, mainly the house of shared resources, or the government's resources, like credit cards and things of that nature. And there can be some financial challenges or unexpected financial challenges when it comes to your shared resources with the next person. Unexpected expenses, having to pay back something you didn't know that you had to pay back. Overall, I think that it's very crucial for you to pay attention to your well-being and prioritize your psychological mind or your mental health, Leo. There can be, like, you can feel burnt out in some type of way, almost like you have to, like your heart is extremely weighed down during this time. You have to cultivate a lot of emotional resilience. This is a house
of transformation, psychological transformations, and that's what the universe is trying to urge you to do. But these are deep transformations that you can never go back from. And I do think that if your stress levels like go up too high, that this is a house where you can seek therapy as well. Well, you can seek therapy at any time. You don't need, astrology to tell you that. But Leo, I do think that some type of emotional help this month will be very beneficial to you. You don't need to do that. You can always call, a nice trusted friend. I would definitely call yourself a Pisces and they can help you out, Leo. But there can be some burnout, in order to prevent burnout, I will say you have to prioritize your health and your mental health. I would say get up and do your affirmations, even though, there can be these unexpected challenges or delays in some type of way. It is temporary, Leo, and it will pass. And so you have to cultivate that emotional resilience within you and that emotional intelligence. And any type of, if your stress levels go up, because, Saturn is in this house as well. And Saturn, um, can bring some anxiety, especially to the mind and to the emotional body. This is already in Pisces, right? And it can weigh heavy on your heart. And so that's, that has to be looking into, Leo, during this month. But I do think that the more that you prioritize what goes inside of your mind and you do your affirmations, you will start to see your mind is working with you and not against you, and allow this transformation to happen for you. It's because that's what's trying to happen, Leo. And so that's all I have for you, Leo. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, Leo. Hey, Virgo. Virgo, what? You are going to be having an eclipse this month. And right there, you must go watch the eclipse video. I'm going to put all the links in the description box down below. And wow, you have K2 in your sign right now, Virgo. But you are going to be experiencing this conjunction within your natal seventh house of partnerships, relationships, other people, judges. Um, it is the house of other people, it's house of marriage as well. And this can bring up a lot of emotional challenges in the relationships because there can feel as though there's demand, like there is not a give and take. Things are not balanced. Things don't feel as though they're things feel very stressful, and they don't feel as though they're balanced in any type of way. You feel as though you have to try even harder in the relationship, or the other person has to try even harder. um, I will say that there can be some growth with your opportunities when it comes to your career. There could be some growth in your in the skills that you develop on. You are adapting to changes, a lot of changes, Virgo. There's so many things happening for your sign, but with this conjunction, there can bring just this like there can bring this level of awareness to the imbalances that is being happening in your relationship. There can be like you emerging even stronger because you have a better understanding of what is expected from you from this unionship. You have more resilience. You are positioning yourself for long-term success, whether it be in the relationship or whether it be in a business partnership. In your business partnership, I do think that there can be some competitiveness that comes in. I do think there needs to be listening too, because Mercury is going to be in retrograde. We have to listen and receive and give and things of that nature. And Virgo, there's just so many things happening for you, and because Mercury is your ruler as well, you will not be understand in the way that you think that you will be understood. And it's just important to use these opportunities to listen and to learn more and learn what other people are saying and learn what you're saying and learn what works and what doesn't. Use your discernment and use your intuition, Virgo. You can see some growth and opportunities when it comes to your career, because Saturn does bring the career and then brings a long term success. And Mercury is trying to bring you in success as well. It's just trying to get you to reorganize what's going on with other people and understand that the people that we are around, they do affect us in some type of way, bad or good. It's up to us on how we transmute and alchemize this energy. So that's all I have for you, Virgo. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful and helpful in any way, please try to send it to someone else. Maybe they can find it useful or helpful in some way too. I'll see you guys. Bye, Virgo. Hey, Libra. So, Libra, you're going to be experiencing this conjunction in your natal sixth house. And the sixth house is a very, very vital house of the chart. We know that whatever we put in our vessels, we become. It is truly like whatever we tell ourselves, we become on a day-to-day basis, you know? And for you, Libra, this can bring some disruptions within your relationships, right? Because Venus is your ruler. Venus is going to be in retrograde in this house. Um, the conjunction that's happening in this house, Venus is included in it. So this can bring some unseen issues with your relationships, but also with your approach to beauty, with your approach to self worth. There can be sudden things that just happen. And what I mean by sudden events, things that you are not expecting. And it doesn't have to be bad or good. We know that any type of disruption in a relationship is a chance to, reevaluate in some type of way. So that's what's happening. You are reevaluating in some type of way. And I do think that because this is a sixth house, or skills, day to day tasks, you can find some recognition on your work. You can find some sense of leadership that comes to you on your work, bringing success. And really, it feels like, within your workplace, this is your house of your day to day work environment. If you have any type of creative, pursuits, they can flourish at this time. They can show like some promising, feedback. When it comes to your financial planning, definitely prioritize because you're trying to gain long-term success. Um, Libra, because Saturn is trying to gain long-term success in your sixth house within your workplace due to your aspiration. You have to focus on your health. You have to. And you have to focus on how your health is playing a huge part in what you're doing every day and your wellness, right? There can be issues that may resurface when it comes to your health, when it comes to your mental health, or any type of issues in the workplace. But this is for you to address them, for you to assert yourself in some type of way. To, well, I wouldn't even say assert yourself. I would just say have the confidence that you have all the resources, and have more faith in that you can overcome any challenges that come into your awareness. Okay. And also, this can be the time to, because the sixth house can be seen as a house of death or dis-ease within the mind and body. I would definitely use this time to focus on those concerns, any type of like potential concerns that can disrupt your physical health or physical vessel. You have to pay attention to, Libra, because it will play a huge part in these events that happen in your life, and your finances. Even it plays a huge part in your relationships. It just plays a huge part within you, okay? Because the sixth house is the house of health, and what we put inside of our vessels we become. And this is how we operate, okay? So that's all I have for you, Libra. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful or helpful in any way, please try to send it to someone else, and maybe they can find it useful as well. I'll see you guys. Bye, Libra. Hey, Scorpio. So, Scorpio, this conjunction is going to be happening in your natal fifth house. And this is beautiful. I do think that these eclipses are clearing the way for your inner child to be thoroughly expressed. Like, I say thoroughly expressed because this needs an authentic expression, Scorpio. I wouldn't say we, but you must start to play again. You must start to play in relationships and love interests. You must start to play with children again. Your inner child must be expressed. And these conjunctions, I do think, not these conjunctions, this conjunction specifically on the 30th and the 29th will bring a lot of focus to your career, your creative projects, to your love interests. This brings a lot of focus to your communication with them. There could be misunderstandings when it comes to your creative projects. There can be delays. There can be feeling as though you have limits on to how much you can express yourself. You have to have empathy, patience, and honestly, a little bit of compassion for yourself, some sympathy for yourself, Scorpio, because you are a sign that frequently has to go through transformations. And because these eclipses bring in fast transformations, things that you are not, it's not that you're foreign to these type of transformations, but when they involve your partner and they involve any type of turmoil, misunderstandings, and you feel as though your words are falling on deaf ears, that's when you know you kind of cave in. And the fifth house is the house of being expressive, being open, shining a light on the next person. And it's very hard to shine a light on people when you've been in very dark places. And for you, Scorpio, it is time for you to emit that light through your inner child. This is a life that must be experienced, yes, but it's honestly not that serious on the other side. When I say it's not that serious, it is serious. Yes, we must take this is not, I mean, this is a game, right? But there is like you have creative control over your life, if that makes sense. You're not a victim to life. You have the capacity to shift and change it. And even though you know this, Scorpio, but even though you know this, you have to be reminded to have empathy for yourself, to know that anything that you want is going to be made possible with patience and with resilience. Okay, and having a little bit of that Pisces due diligence, when it's having this love and unconditional compassion, a little bit of delusion must be thrown into it, Scorpio. When you know that, when you're trying to do anything in this life, you have to have a little bit of confidence and delusion. I won't say delusion. I will say confidence, especially when you deal with the fifth house. You have to have some oomph. You have to have a backbone, and that's what Saturn is teaching you in there. If you want it, you gotta go get it. No matter how much it's stuck in your imagination, it can be brought to light, Scorpio. And if you haven't gone to watch the other videos on what's happening for you in the month of March, please go ahead and do that, because there's so many things happening for you, Scorpio, especially because you are a water sign, okay? And if you are in the late degrees of Pisces or late degrees of Scorpio, I would say 20 to 29 degrees, this will be affecting you. 24 degrees exact. So yes, that's all I have for you, Scorpio. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful and helpful in any way, please try to send it to someone else. Maybe they can find it useful or helpful in some way as well. I'll see you guys. Bye, Scorpio. Hey, Sagittarius. Hey, so you're going to be experiencing this planetary conjunction in your natal fourth house. Wow. The fourth house is the house of our emotional intelligence throughout life. And this is how we emotionally respond to certain things. And your fourth house is in Pisces. And so there can be a lot of career stress this month. Well, with this conjunction, we can see some career stress. We can see where is my life headed, and what do I actually want to do with my life? And this can cause a lot of inner turmoil, and you're trying to find inner peace, Sagittarius. But for this month, there is just this impact on your emotional or inner peace. It's like you can't think straight. I won't say you can't think straight, but I believe like your emotions are confusing you, if that makes sense. Your emotions are confusing you and causing a lot of confusion in your personal partnerships, and the way that you see your emotions and the way that you're expressing yourself outwardly. It's almost like maybe you're feeling way much more deeply than you should be, right? We know that Saturn in the fourth house really brings up a lot of anxiety to the emotions and to the fear when the emotions are threatened in any type of way. Okay. So for you, actually, Sagittarius, this day can also show up, well, 3 days before, 3 days after, where you can experience a lot of like, I won't say well, Sagittarius, you're experiencing so many emotional impulses on this day, 3 days before, 3 days after. it's hard to make decisions. You can be making impulsive decisions as well. So you're gonna have to be careful with making impulsive decisions, such as buying things, buying a house, buying something like a vehicle, buying a property, buying something that comes with a long-term payment. you know, just be very mindful of those things, because you could be wanting to buy something so big and so major. Just exercise a little bit of caution. Think about the opportunities that are on your horizon. Think about the things that you're learning, Sagittarius. Think about where your career is headed. Just think about those things. But I will say, definitely follow your intuition, because we have the North Node in there as well. So if the North Node is in there, is pushing you out of whatever you're doing in your career, is pushing you to do certain things, and you must, listen and surrender to your intuition. But to make a huge purchase, a huge purchase on this day, or even 3 days after or before, you're not seeing your emotions clearly, and they are, fogging up your perception. And that happens a lot within the fourth house. The emotions are so deeply embedded, especially with all of these retrogrades and planets and focus in, the fourth house. Pisces is ruled over the 12th house, which is hidden, which is something that can be buried. And the fourth house, it cannot be buried. You will see, you will see me cry. You will see me go berserk. You will see me have these emotional impulses and reactions. And it's so important for you, Sagittarius, to pay attention to them and not let them confuse you, but let them teach you. Okay, Sagittarius. So that's all I have for you. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. If this video was useful and helpful in any way, please try to like it, or send it to someone else. Maybe they can find it useful as well. And subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Sagittarius. Hey, Capricorn. So, Capricorn, you're going to be experiencing this conjunction in your natal third house. And this is going to bring growth. I think growth within your mind, growth in your skills. However, these are not going to be met with, like, these are going to be met with challenges, because this conjunction is in the third house of, like, your siblings and, of your skills, your talents, but most importantly, of the thought forms, of the mind, the media. This can bring in a new, like a new career venture, or a new business venture, or something new just appears to you. New opportunities arise. These are, subjecting you to, like, personal growth, to grow your mind, grow your skills, grow your persona in some type of way, grow your speech and your communication, Capricorn. um but you have to focus upon your health. You have to focus upon, balancing out your life and your work life balance, balancing out your even balancing out your imagination, your escapism. You have to balance these things out during this month. Try to be as honest and open as possible, because there's a lot of communication turmoil. There's a lot of um you know, I won't say dishonesty, but, like, disharmony within the minds of the people that are around you, even your siblings, even your, like, community. This can be, this is a time to just progress. Like I said, you're learning new, well, you are learning new skills, but these opportunities come in so that you can enhance these skills, so you can become more immersed in these skills. And I would say use that, for this energy, because this energy can bring a lot of confusion to your professional and personal life. And I would say use this energy to harness on your skills, Capricorn. There can be success. There can be um, there can be success. There can be, like, this strike of stability. Something is understood, or something comes to mind that brings a certain awareness to you, Capricorn, that you're able to attract some type of success, or you're able to bring some type of harmony to your professional and personal life. But only through this understanding. There's this some type of understanding, Capricorn. Otherwise, there can be disruptions with your mind. There can be disruptions with the turmoil if you're not understanding something that keeps on reoccurring to you, that Mercury is the message of the gods. Mercury is gonna conjunct Neptune on this day and bring you some type of insight. But if you do not understand it, and if you're not um you know if you're not ready to adapt to this type of mental formula, it really um, will send some type of confusion to your mind, Capricorn. Your mind is very fertile. Let's just say that your mind is very fertile. So whatever you choose to plant in it will grow. And please, for the month of March, try to have this understanding. So that's all I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful or helpful in any way, Capricorn, please try to send it to someone else. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you. Bye. Hey, Aquarius. Hey, Aquarius. Aquarius, this conjunction is going to be happening in your natal second house. The second house is the house of our worth, it is the house of enlightenment. It is a house that really provides us with um natural tools we have to connect to our family, to connect to our environment, but most importantly, to connect to ourself and our self worth. For you, Aquarius, this can bring up themes that ask you to evaluate your self expression. Maybe there's new avenues that create a better way to express yourself that promotes better self worth for you. You can uncover a creative spark or even a creative renewal or creative understanding that helps you that helps you create a financial plan for yourself, if that makes sense, or start laying down the line to create a financial plan for yourself. There's opportunities that do come to you. There's unexpected changes. There's unexpected decisions that you will have to make, Aquarius. I will say that because the second house is the house of Pisces and the north nodes are in Pisces. Listen to your intuition. There can be unexpected issues when it comes to spending money on your family, when it comes to their attention. They may need your attention in some type of way. They may need you to solve something for them in some type of way. But anyway, they definitely need your attention and need your empathetic nature to show up to the front. They need, and when I say they, because the second house is the house of family, right? I'm saying your family may need the long lasting issues that are in your family, Aquarius. They may need you to solve them in some type of way. They may come up to have you solve them. Taurus has a lot to do with the family and has a lot to do with our traditions to the family, and even our ancestors and our emotional, well, we won't say emotional trauma, even our trauma that can have to do with lack and financial abundance in general. This is, Aquarius, is like you confronting your demons or your inner battles with abundance or with financial freedom or with financial intelligence or in any type of financial involvement. Are you putting it upon your self-worth? No, it doesn't happen this way. And the second house, you use your own skills to cultivate some type of financial um abundance for yourself. With Saturn in that house, Aquarius, this can be done. You can do it. And so that's what Saturn is teaching you in there. And this conjunction is bringing you some type of idea to work with, to work on. The new moon is going to be happening at the end of February. But the new moon does give you a little bit of an insight to what it is that you would like to create for yourself, Aquarius. It can be done. So that's all I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful or helpful in any way, please try to send it to someone else. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys. Bye, Aquarius. Hey, Pisces. Pisces, this conjunction is going to be happening in your natal first house. Wow, there are so many planets in your first house, and I cannot stress it enough, Pisces. Please focus on yourself. The more that you focus on another person, the more the universe will jerk you and make you see you're not focusing on yourself, and be quiet and focus on yourself. Pisces, wow, this is a very rare conjunction we have, right? We have Mercury conjunct Neptune. We had Saturn conjunct Venus in our sign. We had a lot of conjunctions happening within our sign. But this one is very rare. 5 planets, all within 10 degrees. Wow. And so this brings us a very, very life changing transformation to you. Um, Transformation to the way that you see the world, your outlook, your career, to you are developing as a person, Pisces. And wow, you are releasing the past trauma and the past karma and the past baggage. Pisces has to do with the past. Pisces is ruling over the past experiences. It knows what happened. It doesn't forget. It may forgive, it doesn't forget, right? And so there can be a lot of release that comes with this baggage. There can be like your stress levels, your anxiety can be triggered, during this month. In order for you to prioritize them, your self-care, Pisces, is very important. Venus is in your sign. Venus is going back from your first and your second house of self-worth, and your first in resources. So Venus is working with you, not working against you. Venus is trying to get you to see, stop loving everyone else besides yourself, Pisces. Stop having love and showing love for everyone else besides yourself. The way that you show love is prioritizing your self love, Pisces. No one can outlove you except for you. You can't even outlove yourself, Pisces, because we change and we transform over time. You have to focus on these. You have to focus on your career, right? You're focusing on your career, even though it's very slow. It feels as though your career is very slow and it may cause you some frustration. It is moving, Pisces. Okay, so focus on the things that are currently happening for you, and try to build upon those. Okay, any type of ambitious movement and anything that you're not currently working on, don't try to get into anything new, Pisces, just because we know that you are growing internally. And that is where the keys are. That's where the codes that need to unlock for you are internally. And these happen slow because you are unlocking yourself. You are coming into your um, divine essence, your divinity finally. And it takes time to immerse yourself into that, Pisces. Okay, if you truly want to become what you want to become, you have to embody it, and your body has to be ready for that. And so growth internally is very key during this month. Be very careful not to surrender, Pisces. Let's just say that. Just self surrender, Pisces. Do not fight it. Don't fight it. Okay, embrace patience, and embracing patience is going to really help you this month. And being mindful of the things that are happening around you, but being so compassionate for yourself, Pisces. You have to be mindful of your own doings, of your own self doing, of your own habits, and even of your career path. Just be mindful that these things take time. And I won't even say that they take time, but they definitely take mindfulness, right? And that's how you kind of advance, because this is a mindful, this is a mental plane, okay? And you're trying to bring stability to yourself, because the first house is the house of like the self. It is the house of the power. So you're trying to immerse yourself in this power. Your well-being during this time will be transformed, or has to be transformed, or I would just say that the way that you look at yourself, or the way that you view yourself, will be completely different, Pisces, than when you have viewed yourself in the past, or the way that you will view yourself moving forward. Truly, the month of March, happy solar return, Pisces. Happy birthday, happy Earth strong, happy days. Even though I feel like we're only born one day. Like the day that we come into this reality is the day that we're born. But we do experience growth. So happy wise years, Pisces. And yeah, that's all I have for you, Pisces. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. And I will say this too, Pisces, you have to have compassion for yourself, have compassion for the lessons that the universe had to teach you, and have compassion for the versions that are going to be birthed through you, Pisces. Okay. And it's very exciting, but it's very trying, because there's so many things to release, so many old patterns and old versions to now think and say goodbye to. So yeah, that's all I have for you, Pisces. If you find it useful, please try to send it to someone else. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Pisces. Don't forget to subscribe.